Hello, it is me, Brandy, aka Space Goth, and I'm back here with another video. Today's video, we are going to be going over some of the worst portrait tattoos from Ink Master. I don't know how many seasons, if it's all the seasons that they've had so far up to that point, or if it's just hand selected the worst ones out of majority of the seasons. But we're gonna go over, give our little critiques, and see what we think. Again, for those folks who may be tuning in and don't know what Ink Master is a competition reality show where they hand select the best tattoo artists at that point in time to come and compete for like $100,000, a spot in a tattoo magazine, and the coveted title of Ink Master. Each week they have to do a tattoo based on a skill set or a basic fundamental that would be required of somebody to be considered the Ink Master. And they get 6 hours to do this tattoo. If they have the worst tattoo of the week, they will be going home based upon the decisions of the judges. This today is about portrait tattoos, and I spoke before about the importance of finding a really solid artist that can do portrait tattooing well. Like I said before, most of portrait tattoos tend to be loved ones, memorial tattoos, or folks that are influential in somebody's life. So they tend to be pretty important. So make sure you find a solid tattoo artist who can do portrait tattoos in your area. Please. Let's jump into these. I'm not going to name off who the particular artist is. We're just going to go through them, look at them, and voice our novice opinions on them. So here's the first one we have up. And I know that the old black and gray photos that folks bring in, especially for like grandmas, grandpas, great aunt, great uncle, all these things, like I know that those are very difficult to kind of replicate. They're soft, like the photos are so soft, like they had like Facetune back in the day, or like those glamour shots, the girlies and the guys used to get at the mall back in the day, showing my age. But they're really soft photos, so it's hard to kind of see the details in the face and to kind of add detail to the tattoo, because I don't think, just my dog drinking water, I don't think that on tattooing, like the softness that comes in those types of photos translates well onto skin. And this one is rough. The hair kind of looks like sludge, if you will. It's really dark, and honestly, it really doesn't look like the woman in the photo at all. I think they just went a little too dark, a lot too dark, but the face shape is different, a lot of things are different, so it doesn't give that look. The angle, she has this cute little lean, she doesn't have that in the tattoo, and the background's kind of odd. It's a little odd addition, seems kind of rushed, but yeah. Here we have our next one. And I remember watching this episode, and with this particular week of this season, the person who was getting the tattoo, the canvas, the person they were getting the tattoo of was there in the room with them. And baby, that's a lot of pressure in my book. Like, you're sitting here trying to do this perfect portrait tattoo of like the somebody's significant other, or family, mom, dad, whatever, and they're sitting right there watching you like a hawk. And like, not only do you have the reference of the photo, but you have the reference of the person right there. So that kind of makes it a little bit difficult. But with this one, I don't hate it. It definitely is uncanny valley. It's off. The hair's off. The shape of the hat's kind of off. There's just like little things and lines and stuff that are off that, like I said before, if you change one single line on a portrait photo, you could completely change how the picture looks. Like one little line could make that person look oddly not like the person. It's that easy. It's that easy. But I don't particularly hate this. I don't hate it. I think it's a little dark, but that'll, lighten up with healing. But I don't hate this one. It's a little off, but the shapes are off. But I could look at that and I could tell, like, if I knew who this guy was in person, I could look at that tattoo and be like, oh, that's Bill. I could tell. It's a little off, but I know it's Bill. So, not bad. Not bad in my book. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I remember this one. I remember watching this episode. It's, like, technically he's not wrong. Like, she does have, a lot of like wrinkles. She's an older woman. But the way that he like accentuated every single wrinkle on her face, like every fine line on her face, he accentuated it, and it's kind of given leathery face. And this woman ain't got no leathery face. Like, she does not. And she has a beautiful smile in the picture. She looks so cute. And, like, this tattoo does not do that woman justice at all, period. It does not. It's scary. It's very scary looking. Like, as if you took, like, somebody and then, like, wanted to make them into, like, a spooky zombie kind of thing. Like, there's a time and a place. But when a person comes in to get their Nana tattooed on them in a portrait, that is not the time. That is not the place. So, yes, the wrinkles are there, but you don't have to put every wrinkle. You do still you want it to look like the picture, but you also want it to look, nice. And that's not nice. That's not nice. Not good. Not good. This one, I remember, I feel like I'm going to say this the entire video. I remember this episode. I remember watching this episode. I remember. But I do remember this episode. This lady wanted to get a portrait of Dave Navarro. No hate, no shade, no pink lemonade, but I didn't think people were out there yearning to get a portrait of Dave Navarro. And I really sat and I thought about it, and I was like, did she choose this on purpose because she knew that she was going to have the opportunity to meet Dave Navarro? Or did she think something would like come of it? Like, imagine she's thinking like, oh, he's gonna see that I want a portrait tattoo of him and we're gonna fall madly in love. Maybe that's odd. I'm not saying that was her plan, but it's still kind of odd. I'm really on the fence about celebrity tattoos, especially celebrity portrait tattoos, because you never know what a person's going to do. Getting a celebrity tattooed on you and then finding out that they have allegations against them, heinous allegations, or they do some heinous things, and like that's stuck on your body. That's a risk that I'm unwilling to take, but I do understand the idea because there are some celebrities and athletes and stuff like that are really influential in folks' lives. So I understand that, but for me it's a no. But let me get into the actual portrait tattoo. I could look at it and I could know that it was Dave Navarro because it's Dave Navarro-esque, but it's in the details. It's in the details, the little details with like the facial hair around the mouth and stuff, in the nose, just these little details that are just not the same as the photo. It's not copy paste. So again, I'll probably say this like a million times. Uncanny Valley is what it is. Close, but uncomfortably slightly off. So it's not a horrible tattoo. Like, if this wasn't meant to be Dave Navarro, it wouldn't be that bad of a tattoo at all. But the fact that, like, you have Dave Navarro there and you have this photo and it kind of really doesn't look like Dave Navarro, that's kind of tough. Also, I feel bad. I feel real bad for the artist who had to tattoo that. Like, it's already stressful that I have to do a portrait tattoo in 6 hours and get it perfect and all this stuff. But now you want it to be of one of the judges? The eyes on them was probably intense. Like, the stress was probably intense. So, kudos for them for doing it, but odd, 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 odd. So this one we have, and it's supposed to be Warpath. It kind of looks like like a fan art, of the character. Like, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but you could tell who it was if you knew who it was. I'm not too familiar with this character, so if I saw this tattoo without seeing this picture and like seeing who it is, I wouldn't be able to recognize it. But I guess that makes sense that I wouldn't recognize it because I didn't even know who it was. Right. But looking side by side, there's a lot of little, like the hair, the face shape is changed. They made like his right, or I guess technically left side of his face kind of like droop down a little bit. And the hair's off. And I really don't like the negative space X. And I remember from the episode, the judges were saying that like his two like swords, knives, whatever they are, those are like very important aspects of him. So leaving them out just kind of like it takes away from it. But even as just like a tattoo itself, I really don't like it. Yep. So next we have, I guess this is the character Blink. It's another, I think they're X-Men characters if I'm not incorrect. Another character I'm not really familiar with, but this is not this is not a portrait. This is not a portrait. It's you could tell, you could be I could see be like, oh, okay, this is like a rendition, a remdin. Why is this word eating me up right now? You you can tell that that's who it's supposed to be, but it's so bad. It's so terribly bad. Face shape is wrong, like the coloring's wrong, the hair's wrong, it it's just all wrong. And like it's not giving the kind of like emotion and like feeling that like the photo's giving. Photo's giving bad biddy. It's giving bad. The tattoo is giving like just like when you get like say you go somewhere and you see like oh they got all this like Mickey Mouse stuff, but Mickey Mouse looks a little off, like the Mickey Mouse merch is slightly off. It's giving that. It's giving off-brand Blink, the character. It doesn't look good, and I don't really think the tattoo looks very nice either, but it's just not there. It's not there. I'm sorry. This one. This one. I remember this episode. I remember this episode and I remember this tattoo. It's tough. Like the suit, like his military like dress suit, it's spot on. Like they did a really good job with that. The details are really nice and like how the badge is like highlighted. It's nice. That part's nice. Lost it. Absolutely lost it in the face and in the helmet. I mean, the helmet's not terrible. There's not much to it. It's not terrible, but the face, right? Yes, the face of the guy is a little like different. You know, it's not super symmetrical, but the way they did this man dirty and this tattoo, dirty, like I would be so upset if they put that on my body, if they tattooed that on my body, if this was like my granddad and they tattooed my granddad like that, they made my granddad look like that, I would be upset. And this is why I, yap about you need to find the best that you can find to do your portrait tattoos. Because I don't remember who this is to the person, but say it's like their grandfather that passed away and they meant so much to them, so much that they wanted to get them tattooed on them. And you leave with that. And baby, there's no fixing that. I don't even, you can't cover that up. You can't just go in and tweak it a little bit. There's none of that. It's messed up. Laser? You'd probably have to get it lasered off. And that's expensive and that's painful. So to bypass all that, just find a really good portrait artist. If it costs a lot of money, consider saving up or, find somebody within your price range, right? Find somebody that matches the quality of work you want with the amount of money that you're comfortable paying. But don't do yourself this disservice and end up with something like this and say that that person is still with us and you have to show that to them. It's heartbreaking. And I feel really bad for the person that got this tattoo. And I know everybody's probably going to be like, well, they go on the show knowing that there's a possibility to... Yes, they know. But I still don't feel bad. I still feel really bad. Because, yeah, they knew what they were getting themselves into, but they still have to live with this tattoo. Period. And that makes me feel bad. So, this one's a bummer. This is a beautiful woman. This is a stunningly beautiful woman. And this tattoo did her negative 50,000 justice, negative 100,000 justice. And like I said before, putting one line incorrectly, one line wrong, and you completely change the look of the face. The hair, like her hairline, it literally looks like she has either like she's balding or she got a wig pushed back. It just doesn't look like hair. It doesn't look like a normal natural hairline. And just so many lines that just completely changed the way this beautiful woman's face looked. It doesn't look anything like her at all. Like, they gave her extra lines in the neck she does not have. She's got this smooth neck and everything. They gave her like wrinkles and rolls that she does not have. They gave to her like a horrible Christmas gift you didn't want. That's crazy. I feel bad for that woman because one, it doesn't look like her. It doesn't look like her. And two, their attempt at tattooing her made her look crazy. It's a no from me. So with these, it was, I think their shops, it was like the season, where they had like I don't know if it's the shop and it was like the owner and then one of the tattooers from the shop, or if it was like apprentice, whatever the like word for the person who gives the apprenticeship. Leave in the comments, what is that person's title? You go get an apprenticeship. What is the title of the person who is giving you that apprenticeship? Like, what's the word? What's the title? I have no idea, but I digress. Beautiful picture of a little girl, and one person went up against the other person from their shop or their apprentice or whatever it is. And they both did the same portrait and they kind of compare them side by side. Neither one looks like the little girl. Neither one looks like the little girl. The face shape for both tattoos is kind of odd. They're both kind of odd. Like one face looks kind of smushed. The other face is like the part of her forehead. It just looks odd. And neither one of them really kind of achieved the hair. I mean, I guess like the one on my left kind of achieved the hair more, but they're off. And this is somebody's baby. This is somebody's baby. And I don't remember if it was like it's the same person getting the same portrait tattooed on them at the same time. I feel like it was at the same time, but I don't know why. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My apologies. I don't know why you would want two portraits of your child on your body, but that's what they did. That was the challenge, I guess. But neither look like the little girl at all. This one, I'm a cut. Hello. Okay, I have an audience. I'm gonna cut them a little bit of slack because that's a tough pic. That's a tough photo to have to do a portrait tattoo of. Like, I don't. Is this even a photo like of a person? I know it's like old, but is this even a photo? It looks kind of like a animated, like a drawn, illustrated, that's the word, illustrated photo of someone, which I don't know if that would make it easier or harder to translate it over into tattooing. But nonetheless, neither one of them achieved it. Neither one did. Neither one looks like the person. Not even remotely close. Not even close. Not even. Not. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Here's another of somebody's, a beautiful little baby boy. Neither of them look like the child. Neither look like the child. The one on the left with the weird background, it's tough. It's tough. That's a tough one. Neither look like it. I feel like step one should be ensuring that you achieve the correct face shape. You know, like I feel like the one on the left did okay with the hair, and the one on the right just kind of gave him like elongated, a bigger head, a longer head, and the other one looks kind of smushed. But neither achieved the look of the child, and they both, like, low key though, both tattoos kind of make, like, they look like a little old man. They look like a little old man who's been through it, has seen a lot. He's very wise. He's very kind. But it looks like a little old man, and that's not that's not what's in the photo. But I know portraits are hard. Portraits are not easy by any means, and knocking out a portrait tattoo in 6 hours or less is even makes the situation even harder. And I don't really agree with the whole, like, I'll save my rant on that for the end. Stay tuned. Watch till the end for my little rant about Ink Master. But I know it's tough. But you really gotta try, because these are on these folks' bodies for like the rest of their lives. And they're almost always of somebody that they care about. So I'm gonna say goodbye to this little old man, this sweet little old man. This one, I know I don't really know why it's in this category of worst. I mean, it's not really a portrait tattoo because it looks like an old school tattoo, like a American traditional tattoo of like like take on this photo, which is also a tough one because it's grainy, it's old, it's one of those photos that's really hard to use for portrait tattoos. But I like this tattoo. I know it doesn't meet really the criteria of like the challenge of it being a portrait tattoo, but I honestly really like this tattoo. Like, I think it'd be cool to kind of get something like not a portrait per se of somebody, but something like this where it's like the person in like a different tattoo style. Like, oh, here's my granddad, American traditional, or here's like I don't have a sister, but here's this person in new school. Like, I feel like that's a cool take on it, and you have less of a chance of it not turning out looking like the person. So, I like the tattoo. I like it. It's not really a portrait, but I think it's a good tattoo. This one's kind of, it's an old photo, so you're already fighting against that. But not giving, it's not giving portrait. It just doesn't look like her. And it's really not flattering because the woman in the photo, stunning, stunning. The, this hair just keeps trying to find its way back over to my mouth. Disgusting. But this, it doesn't look like the photo. She is so gorgeous, and the tattoo does none of that. It does none of that. There's so many lines, there's so many textures. The face just doesn't look the same. And again, I know it's hard with the old photos. It's hard to see the details in their face and things like that because of how like soft like the lens is like in these photos, but it doesn't really look like her. It's kind of like pin-up-y, but it's not giving whoever this loved one is to this person. It's not giving that. And it's not transferring over as like pretty. It kind of makes her look older in the tattoo because in the photo she looks young. She looks like a young lady. The photo kind of the tattoo, sorry, kind of aged her a bit. It just didn't do her any justice, and that's a shame. That's a shame. And we're on to the last one. Yay! Don't cheer. You guys should be sad because you want the video to be longer. So you can be here with me, spend more time with me. I'm kidding. But this is the last one. And it's this cute little girl. Cute little girl. The photo looks nothing like it. The tattoo looks nothing like it. And this is also kind of like it feels American traditional. I don't think it really is American traditional, but it's giving kind of American traditional. And it's just not giving the photo. I would not have known that tattoo was supposed to be that little girl. I would have not known that. It's really not pretty. It makes this little girl look older. It makes her look old, and the odd little like baby hairs little baby hairs they tried to give her. But like this tattoo looks like a young adult woman, or maybe like a teenage girl. It does not look like this cute little girl. It does not look like her, and I would be pretty upset. That's not her daughter. That's not her daughter. That does not look like her. I like the smoothness of the tattoo, but trying to achieve like a portrait style of this little girl was not achieved. It's not. And again, I feel for the person that got it because it's supposed to be their daughter, and it's not. It is not. So there we have the worst portrait tattoos of Ink Master thus far, I guess. What did you guys think of the tattoos? What did y'all think? Did you guys think that they were terrible? That they would be considered the worst? Was there one that you felt looked like the picture, or one that you liked? Would you get any of these tattoos on you? And how do you guys feel about portrait tattoos? Is portrait tattoos something that y'all would consider getting, or is it kind of just I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the chance. Let me know in the comments below. But my opinion, portrait tattoos, they're tough. They're tough. But there are some really solid artists. There are some really solid artists out there that do great portrait tattoos, especially now. You go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook even, and you can see videos of artists doing these like photorealism portrait tattoos, and they are insane. They're insane. They look mirror image. They look exactly like the photo. And I feel like if I was to get a portrait tattoo, that's what I would want. That's what I would want to have on my body, because it's great, especially if it was a loved one, somebody who passed, or just somebody I really care about, or an influential person in my life. I would want it to look that good. I wouldn't want to run the risk of it coming out looking bad, because it would hurt me, it would hurt them, and that's just something I don't want to. I don't want to risk. It's something I don't want to risk. But some of them I did like. I think I like two of them. Roll the tape back. I think it was one. It was one. The American traditional looking one of the gentleman with the mustache. I thought it was a good tattoo. Did I think it was a portrait? No, I don't think it was a portrait. And it looked similar to the guy. But as a tattoo wise, I really liked it. I thought it was a good tattoo. So I understand it not being a portrait, so that's probably why it's on the list. But as a tattoo itself, I thought it was really well done. And it looked really good. But we have come to the end of the video. I thank you all for sitting through another video with me. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me and watching these videos. It really means a lot to me. I love the interaction that you guys give me, and I really appreciate you guys kind of coming on this journey with me. We are so close to 100 subscribers. I am unbelievably excited about that. I know a lot of folks do like, 100K, doing a video for 100K. It's the small victories too. Remember that. Not even just in content creation or anything like that, just in life in general. You should be celebrating all victories in your life, big or small. Celebrate the small victories. You got 100 followers on Instagram, celebrate. You made your first sale for your design business. It was only a $20. Celebrate those small victories as well. And I'm going to celebrate my small victory. So again, I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting me. And I love all your feedback. So here we are again. If you like the video, consider leaving a like. If you enjoyed me and my content, consider subscribing if you already haven't subscribed. I would absolutely love that. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about those tattoos. Let me know if you had an experience with portrait tattoos or anything. Let me know your opinion on Ink Master. Just let me know. I love to hear y'all's opinions and things you guys have to say. So don't be shy. Leave a comment below. But again, thank you guys for being here. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Be easy.